Thank you for joining us for this episode of That Solo Life, the podcast for PR pros and marketers who work for themselves. People like me, Michelle Kane with Voice Matters, and my wonderful co-host Karen Swim of Solo PR Pro. Hi, Karen. How's it going?
Hi, Michelle. It's going. It's March the month that they say where winter and spring are at war? Because
It feels that way,
yeah,
right?
I think
Yeah.
winter is winning.
I heard there was some flurries early this morning in Pennsylvania. I was up pretty early, but I didn't see flurries, which is just fine with me. I'm done with that part of
Yeah,
the year.
we I didn't see any today, but I have seen them in the past couple of days, and we actually some covered the ground. They didn't stick, so
Okay.
that's
All
the
right.
upside of this winter time of year is that it's still a little warmer, even when it feels like temperature is 18.
Oh, yeah, spring is starting to move in here. As the great purple one says, sometimes it snows in April. It better not this year because I'm over it. So, but anyway, you're probably thinking, oh, so what's your topic today, ladies? Get to it. Yeah, all right, we will. We were just musing when there was an article in Muckrack recently about the best ways PR people can use AI. And,
Yeah.
some of it was fine and some of it was like, oh, really? Are we still doing all this? So just
Yeah.
wanted to talk about it all today.
Yeah. This was their state of AI, Muckrack State of AI and PR report. And I haven't read the full report yet, but we saw kind of a recap of the takeaways in
Yeah.
PR News, which we love. Hey, PR News. And I think the thing that was really, none of this was interesting to me personally. It was honestly a little disappointing that in communication, we're still talking about AI and content or AI and journalist research. I feel like we're stuck on something that so many other people have learned to harness this tool
Yeah.
in so many different ways. And we don't talk enough about how we can ethically integrate AI into some of our tasks to make us more efficient and to save us time. We
Yeah.
keep focusing on one or two things that are client facing activities and why this is bad.
Yeah, yeah, I feel like we're still stuck in a lot of ways in the same place we were about, a year ago or even longer when we first started about talking about AI. And, not to say like anything, it's not entirely good, but it's also not entirely bad. And I've come across fellow practitioners who run the gamut from, oh yeah, I use it in these interesting ways to, oh, I dabble in it here. And then there are some who are like, oh, I'm not touching that. And I'm thinking, oh, but you really need to. It's a tool we need to know. And like you say, to help us in practical ways, much like many other tools have over the years. It's there, and if you use it well with the right prompts, and there are so many resources out there to learn how to use it well to your advantage, and even for ideas. I mean, let's just say, even in proposals, it's like, okay, well, I've thought of these ideas. What else is out there? Oh, okay. I mean, you wouldn't question doing a Google search, right?
Yeah, we would not. And as a matter of fact, I think that we have to use it. We have to really explore different avenues and how others are using it as well so that we can understand what's important to our clients. So, for
Yeah,
example, if you have used AI rather than just a straight like Google search to suss out information, you've used it to find statistics, you've used it to narrow down like the top 10 journalists that are covering a very specific topic, then you know that the AI summaries that Google is moving to and that are
yeah,
appearing at the top are important for your clients because what's in those summaries, what's really getting picked up, what's leading them to be at the top of that content, and how does that inform your job? But you won't know that if you're not using it, touching it, paying attention, and exploring for yourself, because we not only have to get up to speed, we have to be ahead of the game so that we can offer strategic counsel to our clients.
Yeah, I mean, that what you said is just so important, right? Because what do a lot of our clients want? Well, we want to be found online. Well, this is going to be increasingly part of that result. So we have to know about it. We have to know how to do it. At the same time, it can also help us demonstrate our value and our worth, because it can be all too easy for some businesses, even some clients out there, to say, oh, we'll just AI it. We don't need you to do XYZ. And you think, it's not just something it's not a vending machine, guys. It's not. And you're not going to be pleased in the long run, but you have to understand that and understand how to use it to, I hate to say defend yourself, but to best explain and present the truth of it, so that they understand it. Not that you're trying to pull one over on anyone, but just like, well, yeah, it may seem that way, but here's the real deal.
And here's the beauty of AI and how, the things that I think, and I do believe that many people in the solo audience, because we often are a little bit different than our peers that are in corporate
Yeah.
America. I believe that we are using it in really advanced ways. But think about repetitive tasks. Maybe you are the person that has to write the emails for the client sequencing. So think about how AI can take those repetitive tasks and save you time. I think we have to get away from this. AI is not as good as humans. No, it is not. And AI is definitely not as good as humans because it's only as good as what you input, but then you still require human interaction. What we're saying is that use AI and then preserve what you do as a human being for the things that really require your input, your insight, your expertise, and you now have saved the time to be able to focus on what really matters. And so, that's one small way. And I think that that's really basic. But, other beautiful things that I've seen AI used for example, maybe you have a lot of research to call through. Did you know that you can feed that into AI and ask it to pull out key points for you? You can ask it,
Yeah.
maybe you're writing a piece of content for something super technical and your client does not know how to speak like a human being. You can take those tech stacks and ask it to give you three key things in human language and it'll save you. And when you get that information back, what it does is you're like, I understand it now. And then you can take it and distill it further. We don't talk about those kinds of things. Putting together campaign templates. Sometimes I know we all do this, whether it's a report, a competitive analysis. In our brains, we always wonder, am I doing the same template that I've always been doing? Does somebody else have something better? Is
Right.
that the question we always ask is, hey,
Right.
does somebody else do something better? Am I missing something? Are my skills up to date? AI can help you with that. There's so many things
Yeah.
that are out there that exist that can help you. So think about your own work and how you approach it and ways that you can integrate this to help you because it's not going away.
Exactly. And like with any new technology, think back. I don't even, you can't really equate it with social media, but any new thing that's come along in the last decade or so, it's so much better to not fear it, not reject it. You don't need to fully embrace it, but get to know it. Get to know it because it's important, because it's here and it is affecting your business, whether or not you're getting involved. And I think that's probably one of the most important takeaways we can give you. It's here, it's not getting anywhere. And if anything else, we've said this many times before, we in our profession should be leading the way with how this technology affects how we communicate, for good and bad, how we use it. We should be the experts in helping guide people of how this can make things better, what to look out for, all of that.
I completely agree. And helping our clients to craft AI use policies and crafting them for
Yes.
ourselves as well and
Yes.
inserting those into client contracts. I mean, these are all, I am passionate about ethical use of AI, and we all know that, with technology comes responsibility, and there
Yes.
always is a dark side to it. We're seeing this even with email, which has been around forever. We're seeing so much fraud. We're seeing, people, scammers getting smarter, using AI to do damage. It does not mean that we throw out, the tool itself, because it is, has a downside to it and has some cons and can be used by bad actors. It just means we really have to be understanding. We have to stay on top of where the threats are, how people are using this in the wrong way, and be able, again, to watch out for our clients, to monitor fakes, to be able to spot them, and to be able to guide them in how they can use this in a responsible and ethical way.
So, so very true. And, it doesn't mean you have to become the ultimate AI expert. Absolutely
No.
not. None of us knows everything about everything, but it will definitely serve both you and your business well if you haven't been delving into the area of AI to get to know it and just find a way to make it work for you and your business. And I think you'll find that there is a lot there that can help us all, both
Yeah.
in the, move the profession forward, help your business, maybe even help you personally. Who knows, right?
Yeah.
There's all sorts of things. Well, we hope you found value in this time together. We always find value in just kicking these things around amongst ourselves, too. How about that? But if you do, please do share this around and let us know it at soloprpro.com what you think, if you have any questions. And until next time, thanks for listening to That Solo Life.